Plant FAQs. Amorphophallus gigas. What is Amorphophallus gigas? Amorphophallus gigas is a large, tropical plant with an enormous flower spike that can grow over 10 feet tall. The plant's inflorescence is known for its distinct smell, which resembles rotting flesh. This scent attracts carrion insects, which help in the pollination process. The flower is breathtakingly beautiful, but somewhat rare in cultivation due to its specific care requirements. See more 242 species in genus Amorphophallus at monsteraholic.com. How to care for Amorphophallus gigas. Caring for Amorphophallus gigas can be a bit challenging, especially if you don't have experience with tropical plants. The plant thrives in warm, humid conditions and requires well-draining soil. During its growing season, which typically occurs in spring and summer, the plant needs regular watering and feeding. However, during its dormancy period, it's essential to reduce watering drastically, as overwatering can cause the tuber to rot. I've found that placing Amorphophallus gigas in a spot with indirect light works best, as direct sunlight can scorch its leaves. Regularly misting the plant also helps to maintain humidity levels. How to propagate Amorphophallus gigas. Propagation of Amorphophallus gigas is typically done through its tubers or seeds. Tubers can be divided when the plant is dormant. You must ensure that each tuber section has at least one eye, as this is where new growth will emerge. In my experience, it's essential to allow the cut surfaces to dry out for a few days before planting them in soil to prevent rot. Growing Amorphophallus gigas from seeds requires patience. The seeds need to be sown in well-draining soil and kept consistently moist. Germination can take several weeks, and it may be years before the plant reaches maturity and blooms. Amorphophallus gigas bloom. The bloom of Amorphophallus gigas is its most spectacular feature. The inflorescence can grow up to 10 feet tall, and the spathe, or the leaf-like part of the bloom, unfurls to reveal a deep purple interior. The bloom emits a strong odor, often compared to rotting meat, which attracts pollinators like flies and beetles. I've yet to witness an Amorphophallus gigas bloom in person, but the photos and accounts from other enthusiasts are nothing short of mesmerizing. It's worth noting that Amorphophallus gigas may take several years to bloom. The plant goes through periods of dormancy, during which it stores energy in its tuber. When conditions are right, and the plant has accumulated enough energy, it will produce its impressive flower. Where to find Amorphophallus gigas for sale. Finding Amorphophallus gigas for sale can be tricky, as it's not commonly available in local nurseries. However, you can find it through specialty plant nurseries or online plant retailers. Searching for Amorphophallus gigas kaufen by in German or Amorphophallus gigas for sale often yields results from international sellers. It's essential to ensure that you're purchasing from a reputable source, as this plant is often rare and expensive. Amorphophallus gigas seed. If you're interested in growing Amorphophallus gigas from seed, be prepared for a long journey. The seeds are often available from specialty growers or plant exchanges, but they can be challenging to germinate. The key is to maintain consistent moisture and warmth during the germination process. Based on my research, it can take years for a seed-grown plant to reach the flowering stage, so patience is crucial. Classificacy Amorphophallus gigas. In terms of Classificacy Amorphophallus gigas, it falls under the kingdom Plantae, phylum Tracheophyta, class Liliopsida, order Elismatales, family Araceae, and genus Amorphophallus. The species name, Gigas, refers to its massive size, and it is one of the giants in the plant kingdom. Understanding the classification helps in appreciating its evolutionary background and the niche it occupies in the wild. What to plant with Amorphophallus gigas. When thinking about what to plant with Amorphophallus gigas, consider its native tropical environment. Companion plants should complement the gigas' need for high humidity and warmth. Plants like ferns, other aroids, or even smaller tropical understory plants can make good companions. It's also important to provide enough space, as Amorphophallus gigas can grow quite large. In conclusion, growing Amorphophallus gigas is not for the faint-hearted, but if you're up for the challenge, it can be one of the most rewarding plants to cultivate. From the towering bloom to the excitement of waiting for it to flower, every stage of its growth brings something new to experience. Whether you're looking for Amorphophallus gigas for sale or want to try growing it from seed, remember that patience and proper care are key.